All right, let's see what this chick has to say.
Andrew Wilson is in a lot more hot water than usual after this controversial clip went super viral.
You can make the case that, like, is bad for certain people.
No. Super viral. It was funny. It's, you know, not that many people can come on like I did when I explained this clip and was like, well, I went viral again for the 800th time just to piss off whoever the hell Jimmy is for 50. Well, I appreciate that. Must give money. Can't resist, says just another pleb. Exactly. Axeman, this dono is for James Jimmy Jimerson. Thanks, Jimmy. Look at that. Now it's 8:04, Jimmy. Damn. You know, my hat's off to you, Jimmy. Thank you for blessing us with this. What a great song.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew,
like, there's women, you agree,
no.
who have orgasmed during essay.
That has nothing to do with Flutter's essay.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with Flutter's essay. Are you kidding me?
So you can see, what's really funny about this clip is you can literally hear me mocking him. This is my mocking voice where I mock everybody. You can even see my head's tilted like, come on, man, really? It's me mocking him. How are they? That's dumb, by the way. For the grift. Sorry, I'm broke. I'm a woman. Too bad.
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's essay. I said during essay.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier, right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been essayed who'd enjoyed it?
I'm not going to...
Can you answer my question?
No.
Is it logically possible?
But Wilson and his supporters say that this moment was clip-farmed and taken out of context. So let's rewind and I'll explain the context. In this debate, Andrew Wilson and Oliver are arguing about whether or not most people should wait until after marriage to go to Pound Town. Andrew Wilson is a conservative Christian, and Oliver is described as a woke liberal in the title, so you can guess who has what side. Oliver says that for some people, premarital hanky-panky can be a good thing, and this is where the viral clip begins. So what Andrew Wilson is trying to do here is use an internal critique of Oliver's argument by using absurdity to point out the fallacy of his appeal to minority.
Holy shit. Who the is this woman? And how do I send her flowers? How is it possible that this woman is not completely stupid? How? Wait, what? What? What the Did I just witness a woman not be completely stupid? And what's this, the Twilight Zone? Yeah, come on, Jimmy. Don't resist the grift. Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. You had to sell 3 salmon to pay for the grift, Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy. Holy I'm stun locked right now. I'm stun locked. How is this possible? This is going to ruin my reputation. You know, it's going to ruin my reputation. The whole thing was supposed to be that they're all too stupid to get it. They're all too dumb to understand what I was even saying. You're not supposed to ruin that. You're not supposed to ruin it. Here's your ad for the boner. Thank you for the R side. This is going to ruin the whole thing. The whole thing, what made it so much fun and so funny is that they clip farmed it, made it go viral, made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of more people tune into what I was saying. You're not supposed to ruin it. What in the rare eclipse is going on here? Yeah, there's something up. I don't know what's going on. Sold my daughter's bike for the grift, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. God have mercy on us all. Hell must have frozen over. A woman made sense. Yeah, this is crazy.
He was attempting to show just because it's good for some, it doesn't mean that it's good for most. The problem with Andrew's internal critique, however, is that he fails to ever prove that it actually is good for some, if anyone.
Oops. Well, there we go. Whew. I thought for a second we had an intelligent woman on our hands, but luckily she completely ruined all of that in 5 seconds. Now you see, darling, Oliver said it was logically possible that at least one woman could. That's what an internal critique is. You see, Oliver said yes. He said yes. So I didn't need to prove it because he said yes. My proof is Oliver. You dolt. Well, Maybe those turncoats were right. Maybe it's the beginning of World War III. Maybe. Yeah. Whew. For a second there, I was worried. Huh. Whew. For a second there, I was like, oh, no, don't tell me a woman actually understands what I just said. There ain't no way. I thought for a second she had it, and then it slipped away. It's too bad. Too bad. Frack you, Jimmy. Yeah. Whew. Glad we could get through that.
And Oliver also refuses to entertain that possibility.
No, he didn't. He didn't. You didn't look into it enough, lady. He said, sure, it's logically possible. That's it. That's the end of it. Too bad. You almost had it. You were that close. And then, yeah, it all up. You it all up. You had it, and then you it. Reputation still unchecked, yes. Jess Gerald gives 10 Crucible memberships. Very kind of you. It's too bad. She was so close. You were so close, lady.
What's fallacious about Andrew's internal review is that a woman having an O is not proof positive that she's enjoying herself.
Never said it was. In fact, all I said to Oliver is it logically possible? He said yes. That's it. That's the end of it. So then don't make appeals to minorities, because otherwise I can make the same appeal to minority. At least some women like X thing, and that's bad. That's it. That's the whole internal critique. But she missed that part. Damn it. You missed it, lady.
As an O can often be an involuntary reaction, much like morning wood or a wet dream. That stimulus reaction is not clear-cut evidence that that woman is having a grand old time.
Never said it was. God, they're so dumb. You're so dumb. Why are these people so stupid?
During what by definition is a non-consensual attack. Andrew's argument would have worked a lot better if he chose one of many other examples.
No, it worked fine. He conceded the argument. So let me explain what's happening here. What's happening here is that she actually didn't go back and watch. It's too bad. You know, she could have saved herself a lot of pain and suffering by just I literally put the clips out of him conceding the argument. Too bad. Send a dono chat before he came on camera out of the jam, and you're doing the Watusi. What the are you talking about? But I'll get to the dono chat soon.
He could have said long-term fasting is good for some people. Running 5 miles every day is good for some people.
No, that wouldn't have been as effective. I wouldn't have gone viral for those things. I wouldn't have gone viral for that. I went viral for making the most controversial statement possible and making Oliver concede to it, which in turn pissed him off, made him clip farm, thus propelling me into, well, what do you call it? Virality, maybe? Is virality? I don't think that's a word.
These examples,
but it should be a word.
Work because we actually have evidence and studies that prove that long-term fasting has worked for some people, but doesn't work for most, because most people need to eat every day to maintain a healthy metabolic.
Are you not concerned about the Destiny leaks? What are you talking about? What Destiny leaks?
Function, and that running every day has helped some athletes, but that most people can't handle the cortisol dump and stress that long distance running puts on the body every day.
I don't care about any of that. That doesn't sound controversial. Making him concede that at least some women, which was the whole point of the argument, that's all I needed. And they did. And well, he did. He did concede it. And it embarrassed him. Which is why at the end of the debate, he was like, I didn't really represent myself very well in this debate because Andrew destroyed me in every single point that I brought up. But, you know, what can I say? Santiago gifts 5 Crucible memberships. Very kind of you. Sup, Andrew, says Elijah Torok from the chat. Hey, what's up, Elijah? Elijah, why haven't you sent me any super chats, Elijah? Why? Not one. You know, just $1, Elijah. Send a $1. You can't send a $1? Kind of a Elijah. Kind of a.
I don't actually think that Andrew Wilson thinks that there is anything good about, but I do think that he shot himself in the foot with a fallacious analogy.
No, I did fine. You didn't watch it. You just man, you could have set yourself apart. Could have been like, here's a clip of Oliver conceding the point. He was totally logically consistent, but no, she just couldn't do it. She just couldn't do it. She was that close. She was so close. Mitchell, thank you for the New Zealand dollars.
And this isn't about canceling Andrew Wilson. It's just about holding his argument to a higher standard.
So you think you're going to cancel me over that? Yeah, right. I said way worse than that. I said way worse than that. For way less reason. Just to point out the absurdity in arguments because it really pisses people off, which in turn I think is hilarious. Devin Grissom gives 5 Crucible memberships. Very, very kind of you. Besides that, what are all the women going to collectively do to cancel me? You're like, you're mean. Andrew, you're mean. You're a mean jerky jerkhead. And then I respond with like, ha ha ha, you're dumb. And then that's the end of it. It's not like any of these women will ever talk to me. I reach out to all their channels. They make the hit pieces, and I'm like, hey, you want to have a conversation about this? Because you're wrong. And they're like, no. I would never talk to a misogynistic lunatic like you. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'll just come on and clear the air. No. No, because then people will see that I'm an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Lewis Adams, thank you. I appreciate it.
You can still respect Andrew Wilson's overall body of work and admit that this was an L take. If you're really in someone's corner, you don't clap.
Sorry, look, I've had some L takes. I admit it. I'll even tell you which ones were L takes. Wasn't this one. This take, I was correct. He conceded. And then he got pissed off and decided to selectively edit it.
For their worst arguments, you remind them that they can be better, and this was not his best.
Nah, it was pretty good. They made the other guy concede. Just saying, it made him concede.
You can be controversial. You can be provocative. But if you're going to be both, your analogies need to be airtight, or the only thing you're going to prove is how to go viral for the wrong reason.
Oh, no. There's no wrong reason to go viral. No wrong reason ever. As long as you're a household name, you're winning.